Hi boys and girls, welcome to day 2 of online learning. Today I'm coming to you from my dining room. Hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to start off by saying you guys are doing a great job with this new online learning situation, and I am so proud of all the work that you're doing. I'm looking at all of it online, and I'm getting lots of emails telling how good you're doing and asking some questions, and I'm doing my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. So keep the emails coming if you have questions or comments. And I just want to thank all of the parents for all of your work that you're doing to help your child get set up with online learning. Thank you so much for all the positive emails and kind words. Boys and girls, we are in this together, and I know it's not what we want to do, but it's what we have to do right now. And we're going to get through this together. And when we're on the other side of this, we're going to come together for a great celebration. So today we're going to roll into our new chapter book, The Wild Robot Escapes, and we are starting with chapter 1. The author of The Wild Robot Escapes is Peter Brown. Chapter 1, The City. Our story begins in a city with buildings and streets and bridges and parks. Humans were strolling, automobiles were driving, airships were flying, robots were hard at work. Weaving through the city streets was a delivery truck. The truck knew where to go and how to get there, all by itself. It pulled up to a construction site and automatically unloaded some crates. A few more turns and it unloaded more crates down at the docks. The truck zigged and zagged across the city, delivering crates as it went, and then it merged onto a highway. Cars and buses and trucks were cruising along the highway together. But as the delivery truck continued, the traffic became lighter, the buildings became smaller, and the landscape became greener. With nothing but open road ahead, the truck accelerated to its top speed. The landscape outside was now just a green blur, occasionally broken by a flicker of gray as a town flew past. On and on the delivery truck went, racing over long bridges, shooting through mountain tunnels, gliding down straight stretches of highway until it started to slow. It drifted from the fast lane to the exit lane, and then it rolled down a ramp and into farm country. Clouds of dust billowed up behind the truck as it drove past fields and fences. In the hazy distance, enormous barns loomed above the plains. The air was thick with the smells of soil and livestock. Robot crews methodically worked the crops and fed the animals and operated the massive farm machines. A hill gradually climbed into view. The hill was crowned with trees and white buildings. Another farm. But this one was smaller and shabbier than the rest. Out front was a crooked sign that read, Hilltop Farm. Wheels crunched on gravel as the delivery truck rolled onto the driveway and up to the top of the hill. It stopped beside the front porch of the farmhouse and dropped its last crate to the ground. Then the truck drove away. Mrs. Strickland has a farmhouse. Maybe one day I'll get to go visit. Reader, can you guess what was tightly packed inside that crate? You guessed it, a robot. You're correct. But this was no ordinary robot. It was Rosum, Unit 7134. You might remember her old life on a remote wild island. Well, Roz's new life was just about to begin. Chapter 2, The Crate. Woof, woof, woof. Inside the farmhouse, a dog was barking and scraping at the front door. I can visualize that in my brain TV. When the door finally opened, the dog scurried out and bounced down the porch steps. And then a man appeared. The man walked with a limp and slowly made his way down to the crate, where his dog was sniffing around. He unlatched the top of the crate, and it swung open on its hinges. Packing foam was tossed aside, restraining cords were unfastened, and there was Rosam, Unit 7134. Her lifeless body sparkled in the late day sun. The man reached down and pressed an important little button on the back of the robot's head. Do y'all remember what that is? Click. Chapter 3, The Robot. The robot's computer brain booted up and her programs began coming online. Then she automatically stood, stepped out of her crate, and started to speak. Hello, I am Rosam, Unit 7134, but you may call me Roz. While my robotic systems are activating, I will tell you about myself. Once fully activated, I will be able to move and communicate and learn. Simply give me a task and I will complete it. Over time, I will find better ways of completing my tasks. I will become a better robot. When I am not needed, I will stay out of the way and keep myself in good working order. Thank you for your time. I am fully activated. Chapter 4. This is our last chapter for the day. Welcome to Hilltop Farm, Roz. My name is Mr. Sharif. You belong to me now. Roz studied the man with her softly glowing eyes, and in a robotic voice she said, Hello, Mr. Sharif. This old fella here is Oscar. Mr. Sharif scratched his dog's head. You won't see much of him. Oscar spends most of his time sleeping in the house. Hello, Oscar, said the robot. A goofy grin stretched across the dog's face, and he let out a happy yelp. Mr. Sharif pulled a small computer from his pocket. He tapped the screen and brought up a map of Hilltop Farm. There you are, Roz, he said, as the robot's electronic signal appeared on the map. You'll be working all over this farm. And now that you're in the system, I can always see right where you are. What would you like me to do? Said Roz. You can start by putting your crate in the garage over there. I'll hold on to it in case I ever have to send you back to the factory. Clearly, Roz was designed to take orders because her body automatically did as it was told. She stuffed the packing materials into her crate and carried it into the garage. When Roz returned, Mr. Sharif was watching a school bus winding along the country road. Oscar barked and dashed off as the bus came to a stop at the bottom of the driveway. A girl and a boy jumped out, and the bus drove on. In their matching school uniforms, the children looked almost identical. But the boy was a little taller, and the girl's hair was a little longer. They meandered up the driveway and romped around with their dog until they noticed Roz. A robot, said the girl, running up. It's about time we got one, said the boy. She's refurbished, said the man. You might need to look that word up. She's the cheapest one I could find, but she'll make a decent farmer. What's her name? Said the girl. She said her name's Roz. That's just her starter name, said the boy. We can give her any name we want. Let's call her Farmbot. I kind of like that name, Roz, said the girl. Me too, said Mr. Sharif. Let's leave her name as it is. Roz, I'd like you to meet my daughter, Jaya, and my son, Jad. Hello, Jaya and Jad, said the robot. The children looked at each other and smiled. Will Roz take orders from me? Asked Jad. What about me? Asked Jaya. She'll take orders from both of you. Roz, I order you to do my homework, said Jaya. Don't waste her time with nonsense, Mr. Sharif grumbled. Roz is here to do farm work, not homework. Understand? The children nodded. Now, I order you kids to bring the dog inside and do your own homework, said Mr. Sharif. I need to show Roz the farm. And that's where we're going to end for today, but I have a couple more surprises for you. I also brought home 365 Days of Wonder. So we're going to read today's quote. And it's March 31st, boys and girls. Tomorrow is April 1st. Here is today's quote. Life is like a roller coaster with all its ups and downs. Boys and girls, we can really relate to that right now. Life is full of ups and downs right now, but we are going to get through this together. So I also have one more thing that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to try and share something every time I do a recording from my home, something that maybe Mrs. Williams enjoys. So this is what Mrs. Williams has been working on. I haven't worked on it for a while, so I just pulled it out because I have a little bit of spare time now. This is going to be a scarf that Mrs. Williams is knitting. Mrs. Strickland knits too. So, boys and girls, if you would like to share something from your home, I would encourage you to have your mom and dad take a picture of you and email it to me. Along with the picture, I would love for you to write me a friendly letter telling me all about what you'd like to share. Don't forget, your friendly letter needs to have all 5 parts: the date, the greeting, the body, the closing, and a signature. I look forward to seeing what you'd like to share with Mrs. Williams. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you have a great day and that you enjoyed this story. Love y'all.